Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now, we will get to your news coming up in just a bit, but of course the big story that just happened, Tropical Storm Jerry has been named. Right now, maximum sustained winds of 45 miles an hour come with gusts up to 60 miles an hour. Circulation you're seeing there again looking more pronounced by the day. It's moving west at 24 miles per hour. Pressure reading at 1,006 millibars. Now the track again is similar to tracks we have seen so far this year. Kind of going up, flirting with the Lesser Antilles and then moving up towards Bermuda. This is another system that is expected to steer towards or possibly even move just off to the east of Bermuda, which would keep it about 600 miles off of our coastline at its closest pass. Unfortunately, we have seen this before so far this year, and even with that 600-mile proximity to eastern North Carolina, we have still felt effects. We have still seen houses along the Outer Banks, get pulled into the Atlantic, even though we haven't had a landfalling system in eastern North Carolina so far this year, at least not a hurricane. And that is something, again, that we're hopefully going to continue, at least that trend. But just because we don't get hit by a system doesn't mean we don't feel the impacts from a system. So as far as impacts go, we will likely see beach conditions start to deteriorate by the time we reach Sunday of this coming weekend. But also by that point, we're going to be talking about another area of low pressure, one that's going to be even closer to eastern North Carolina and also warrants your attention. I do want to say good morning to Amanda Bloom. Thank you so much for tuning in from the Maysville and Jacksonville area. Let's talk about some of the rain showers we're seeing today. Again, continue to track that small little cell moving out of Duplin County and into Wayne County. Goldsboro, you're starting to see some rain showers as we speak. Those raindrops will last about 20 to 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes if we see a little bit more development on the backside of that little shower cell. And then we also, again, are keeping an eye on a few coastal drops further off, really off the coast of Cape Hatteras. Now, Michael Heath, how much rain this weekend? Michael, that is the question that everyone right now is asking, and it's one that I don't want to dodge, but it's one that we don't really have a whole lot of certainty with at this point. We're more certain that we are looking at strong winds across eastern North Carolina for this coming weekend, but the rain field right now could end up, most of it could end up off of our coast. We are anticipating again getting at least some drops into the east over both Saturday and Sunday, but usually we don't see a very big rain field on the western side of those low pressure systems. Usually it's the eastern side, particularly the northeastern section of those lows that host the most rain. The most rainfall kind of resides in those zones. We are going to be on the opposite side of that. So as far as rain showers go, we are looking at certainly some rain coming down. We'll get to exact amounts coming up here in just a few moments. But again, right now it's looking like more of a wind concern because that is looking a little bit more certain. Right now, this is a view through our News River Cam in New Bern, 79 degrees, easterly breeze at 7 miles an hour. Dew point in the upper 60s. Again, highlight the fact that we are prefrontal. We've got a cold front that'll be rolling in tomorrow, and the higher your dew points get, the more rain we're going to squeeze out of the atmosphere as that cold front moves overhead. Right now, air temperatures reading in the upper 70s across most of eastern North Carolina. A few of us already into the low to mid 80s. We've got 80 degrees in Hatteras as well as Beaufort, 84 in Stumpy Point, 79 in Swan Quarter, Jacksonville, Kinston, New Bern, Washington, Williamston, Greenville, and Elizabeth City. Overall, it's been a slightly warmer day than where we were yesterday, thanks to the shifting winds. Seeing more of a south to southeasterly breeze today, and that will help warm us up. It will also bring about a little bit more humidity. But big picture look at that incoming system. It'll be moving over the mountains tomorrow morning at around 9 a.m. From there, it's going to continue to scoot its way across the state, making its presence felt here in eastern North Carolina coming up tomorrow afternoon to tomorrow evening. From that point, it moves off the coast. That is key. We are likely to see maybe a stray drop or two on Thursday, kind of some leftover showers from that frontal boundary. But the real concern is an area of low pressure that is going to form along that frontal boundary, or really kind of move over, kind of connect to that frontal boundary as we head into your Saturday and Sunday. Here you can kind of see it coming together. There's that low moving up from the Bahamas, and then that whole boundary starts to really fall apart. Now, if that boundary starts to shift further and further eastward, it could tug that low a little bit further off towards Bermuda, which would decrease our opportunities for rain over both Saturday and Sunday. But wind speeds are likely still going to be strong, as this is a low pressure system that will get stronger and stronger, or in the meteorological terms, that low will get deeper and deeper. The deeper a low is, the stronger it is, but also the faster the winds rotate around that low. So as that system moves northward, we are going to be seeing a very strong breeze out of the northeast over both Saturday as well as Sunday. And that again is troublesome because Mumfest is exactly at that time. 71 degrees coming up on Saturday, 67 on Sunday. Big reason for the drop, not so much the cold front. That's responsible for the drop from tomorrow into Thursday. But then those strong northerly winds, a lack of sunshine, and opportunities for rain showers coming down will lead to, again, much cooler temperatures for your Sunday than what we've been used to. Now, we will lose that low by the time we get into your Monday afternoon, and then we'll start to clear our skies out by the time we reach Tuesday. But this weekend is not looking like a great one for outdoor activities, especially if you need calm conditions, say if you're setting up a bunch of tents. So something, again, we're going to continue to keep an eye on. But right now, this weekend is looking wet, windy, and stormy across most of eastern North Carolina, particularly areas on the eastern side of Highway 17. Now, of course, we do want to highlight some of the news that we've been following across the area, starting out with New Bern. The elections are happening today. Election day is underway as the polls opened earlier this morning at 6:30 a.m. The polls will close tonight at 7:30 p.m. Now, residents are voting for the next mayor, and all 6 of the city's alderman seats are on the ballot. New Bern residents will also vote on a city bond referendum for proposed city upgrades. Early voting was available at the Stanley White Recreation Center ahead of Election Day, which wrapped up on Saturday. Now, for a full list of candidates running in the election cycle, you can head over to our website, WITN.com. You can also find your specific polling place site by searching your address on the State Board of Elections website. Make sure that if you are going to vote, the election officials want to remind you to bring a valid photo ID to the polling site to vote in the election. Of course, we are also keeping an eye on the government shutdown that has continued into, well, this week. NBC's Tom Costello has more on the government shutdown and how it's impacting travel across the country.
Far from Washington, the government shutdown is now rippling into air traffic control towers in Newark, in Denver, and in Phoenix. Long delays due to staffing yesterday, according to the FAA. In Burbank, the air traffic control tower left completely unmanned overnight for roughly 6 hours.
We're beginning closing down the tower.
Is it because of the shutdown that you guys are going?
It's for staffing. Burbank tower is closed.
Controllers in San Diego took over for Burbank, but the delays remained. California Governor Gavin Newsom blaming the president online, while in Washington, partisan fighting continues, with Republicans blaming Democrats for the shutdown.
The Democrats are the ones that started this.
As workers across the federal government, including air traffic controllers, go without pay. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says there's been a slight uptick of sick calls, resulting in flight delays.
If we have additional sick calls, we will reduce the flow consistent with a rate that's safe for the American people.
Duffy says he's heard from workers about their concerns.
They have bills they have to pay. So now they're thinking about that at the same time that they're controlling the airspace.
The National Air Traffic Controllers Union calls the ongoing crisis the latest example of how fragile the system is in the midst of a national controller shortage.
We do not have time to waste on the unnecessary distractions created by this shutdown. So our message is clear: end the shutdown.
The union says it's working with the FAA to mitigate disruptions, but the concern this morning, this could get worse, with the busy holiday travel season now just over a month away.
And again, that was Tom Costello reporting. Now, we will have more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour, but that's all we have time for today's 11 a.m. news and weather update. We will see you back here at the First Alert Desk coming up at noon.